I have an awesome picture of a fan at the game yesterday, Sacramento, Golden State won 120-100, of him doing the Curry fan in the Curry jersey, doing the, putting the team to sleep that he did last year in the finals. And Curry looking at him and smiling. Curry had 50 points, the most ever in a Game 7. My dad was talking to me. He calls me today. He goes, what's your Mount Rushmore? He said he was listening to a broadcast today. He's something on ESPN. And the guy's Mount Rushmore was Kareem, it was LeBron, it was Curry, it was Jordan, Kareem, LeBron, Jordan. Shit, you know what? I'm blank. Kareem, LeBron, Jordan, Curry, and I'm blanking on the fifth one. How come I'm blanking on the fifth one? Was it Elgin Baylor? Was somebody? And I was like, no Wilt Chamberlain, no Kobe. Maybe it was four, but it had to be 5. That's all I can remember right now. And he said, who's yours? And you know who I thought about? I thought about Scottie Pippen. I mean, I know LeBron's on there, but Jordan never won anything before Pippen. And Pippen was the guy who guarded their best player. I remember in the Olympics, they were talking Kukoc. And Pippen at the Olympics says, I got Kukoc. He didn't do shit against him. And you hear this stuff and you're like, he was great. I mean, I still talk about this when Jordan was out and they lost on a controversy call to the Knicks when the Knicks beat them finally in, what was that, in 94? Or 95, 94, and that he had a phenomenal season that year, Pippen. But I mean, I'm not going to take anything. Curry to me is just getting better with age. He couldn't sleep after the Game 6 loss on Friday night. Middle of the night, I think he texts Draymond. Draymond's up, and he decides he's going to make a speech to the team. He's like, I'm going to do, and he was like, we didn't play well. He's not a guy who talks a lot, but he was pissed. He wasn't happy how they played. They came out yesterday. They were down 2 at the half. They didn't have, it wasn't like, Justin was talking to me about how Klay Thompson and everything, but you know what? You think about it. Jordan had Pippen, Magic had Kareem. Think about all the great ones. LeBron's been the guy, but, he still had to win. He needed players around him. He did win the big 3 with the Heat. He did have Kyrie Irving, who helped him. He had Lakers, he had Anthony Davis. But, I mean, think about it. He's the guy who stirs the drink is Curry. I mean, Klay Thompson's good, but Curry is otherworld. And Draymond, but he is the guy who carries the team. And he came in averaging 28 points in Game 7s. Yeah, 50 points, 20 of 38, most ever in a Game 7. First player in Warriors history with 40 points in a Game 7, scored 17 in the fourth. The help that Curry got was limited as Klay Thompson went 1 for 10 and Jordan Poole scored just 5 points in the first half. 24 minutes, they were outmatched, only trailed by 2. They woke up in the second half, took control of the pace. Curry scored or assisted on 30 of the 35 third quarter points by the Warriors. Golden State got 23 rebounds to Sacramento's 9, 13 of offensive, tied for the most they had in any quarter in the past 20 regular or postseasons, which is crazy. Kevon Looney was a game changer, grabbing 10 of the third quarter rebounds, 8 on the offensive glass. Yeah, they said he was a defining factor of Warriors, not just Game 7, but throughout the series. They looked outmatched early, missed 5 of their first 3-pointers. They were cooking. They stayed close, but when it mattered most down the stretch, they shut the door. And De'Aaron Fox, great season, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 51 from the field, all-star, number 3 seed, played with a broken finger, pushed the defending champs to 7 games, had nothing but platitudes toward Golden State saying, hey, you know what? We played a great team and we had a great season. Hey, sure, we didn't beat them, but we took them 7 games. And that's all you can ask for in a way. And hey, that's awesome. I mean, that's all you can ask for. I mean, you go see it. You'd like to win it. They didn't win it, but shit. I mean, wow. I mean, amazing. I thought maybe they had a shot. They didn't really have a shot yesterday. I mean, once the second half, they just got blown out. You saw Monk and Fox on the sidelines just like, hey, we lost the game. It didn't happen. We played hard. but it didn't happen. And yeah, Draymond said, I can't say I knew he was going to come out and get 50, but I knew there was no way he was going to allow us to lose the game. Curry averaged 31 points on 22 shots over the first 6 games. The Warriors had outscored the Kings by 33 points in his minutes heading into Game 7. Sunday, he had 27 shots through 3 quarters. By the time he checked out, he was plus 25 in the game. That's crazy. Kevin Looney had his own career night, grabbing 20 or more rebounds for the 3rd time this series. He said he knew it was over when Curry early in the game waved off a screen. He wanted to go isolation. That usually means his aggression is at max levels, that he sees a weakness and wants to attack it. He had 20 points by halftime. He went by Terrence Davis, who replaced Davion Mitchell on Curry as the Kings sought more space and shooting. And wasn't Davis, Curry was luring Keegan Murray onto him, but very much on brand. It was the 3rd quarter. Put a foot on the gas, 14 points, 5 for 12 shooting in the quarter, leading the way as a 2-point lead turned into a 10-point advantage for the Warriors. Wiggins, 17 points, next highest score. Missed enough layups and free throws to leave him frustrated. Klay Thompson, 4 for 19. Lon has joined us. All right, Lon. That was it. And then 18 points from the bench, made fewer than a third of the 3-pointers again. So we'll see what happens. Now they got to play the Lakers, which, LeBron and AD, but now it's playoff time. And this is where he makes his money, Curry, and, his legacy. Goddamn. They were terrible on the road this season. Terrible. And they ended up winning a Game 7 in Sacramento. Now, Sacramento, everybody thought, they would go out meekly. They won the first 2, which usually is a sign, but Golden State, and also allegedly he said light the beam because that's a thing Sacramento does. Golden State, 22nd defending champion, to trail 2-0 in a best-of-7 series with this win. They became the 15th to come back and win the series. They are now 1-9 in best-of-7